Welcome to Demystify Magic with Molly and Madison.
I'm Molly, a former skeptic, now full-time energy healer, author, and your resident science meets spirit nerd.
And I'm Madison, a born and raised witch, teacher of the craft, and owner of not one, not two, but 3 metaphysical businesses.
Together we dig into low-effort witchcraft, spirituality, and the science that backs it all up, all with humor, heart, and a sprinkle of chaos.
So whether you're a curious skeptic or a seasoned witch, find a cozy spot, take a deep breath, and let's demystify some magic. Howdy doody, friends.
Howdy doody, friends.
You know, we've been really serious for what feels like a really long time on this podcast. And therefore, we are just going to jump right into some silly, goofy times and do a little bit of a Q&A today. I figured we're right off the tail of our Greek Pantheon series. Thank you so much for all the love on it. I am very, very excited to keep doing some of these deity deep dives. I really would love to do the Celtic gods next, maybe Egyptian gods. We got some requests for the archangels. Long story short, we've got series for days coming up.
For days.
But to break it up a little bit, we just kind of wanted to get back into the whimsy of it all. So we're going to do a little bit of a Q&A. Most of these questions come from our Patreon. So if you want to have top priority in our next Q&A, if you have a burning Q that needs answering, join our Patreon. We always post there first when we are taking questions for a Q&A. You also get access to tons of group chats, make tons of witchy friends, our little coven community. Every time we do a deep dive, we have tons of materials, all of our reference materials, our notes, what we are kind of like using to create the episodes. Those go in our clubhouse, along with our bonus podcast that you get once a month, which is just pure silly fun times.
Yeah, if you want to know what butt sugar is and why Madison was in a hearse, you got to join the Patreon.
You got to join the Patreon. It's, you know,
demystifymagic.com. The link will be in the show notes.
All right, but before we dive into these questions, I have a question for you, Molly.
Yeah.
What was your magic moment this week?
My magic moment is I have been feeling not disconnected from my spiritual practice, because I actually feel really in tune with my spiritual practice, but I've been feeling disconnected from community in regards to my spiritual practice. And so I literally manifested a community. I don't think I've told you this full story yet. So for background, my early days of my practice, I trained with a teacher who literally trained under Thich Nhat Hanh, who, if you're unfamiliar, he was a peace activist. He's a prolific writer. He's a Buddhist monk. He was known for bringing mindfulness to the West in really like tangible, like tactile ways, and huge inspiration and influence on my practice. Like, if you are familiar with this work and you have read Mundane Magic, I even reference him in the gardening section because he's just so prolific in my life. And I really haven't like dove back into his work in years. You know, I have a few that kind of stick with me, but really like haven't been so immersed in his work in a long time, and didn't realize how much I missed that. And so I basically put it out to the universe. I was like, I want to be more connected to my community through spirituality. And I had been considering, like, I used to study Buddhist philosophy and just really fell out of that the last couple of years. And so I was just poking around on Facebook Marketplace, as one does, and got a notification for a group I didn't even realize I was in. And it was someone asking for queer-friendly Buddhist sanghas, which is the word for community. And I was like, oh, I didn't even know that existed. And I was reading through, first of all, the comments were fucking horrible on Facebook, because they're like, what do you need it to be queer friendly? And then someone's like, because you're asking that, you clearly don't know. But through all these like horrific comments, I found a through line of a sangha that I didn't know existed. And I Googled them, and they specifically lead their practices based in the teachings of Thich Nhat Hanh.
Oh, very cool.
And so I text my friend Chris and I say, hey, do you want to go with me to this? And he says, absolutely. When? And I was like, tomorrow. And he was like, yes. And so we go, and it was just like a beautiful experience. Like it just gave me such hope. Like it was a full room. We did like a 20-minute practice in silence, and then we did a walking meditation. And then they were literally reading Zen and the Act of Saving the Planet. And it was like the section on how to be anti-racist. And so it was just really powerful to be in a room of like mostly white people, mostly white older people, talking about how they feel about anti-racist work and like how they can apply these teachings to their day-to-day. And I was like, oh, these are my people. Like these are my people. And it was just awesome. And so now I have a new community, and it was just like beautiful. So ask the universe for what you need, and who knows, it may come to you in the form of a Facebook post. What was your magic moment?
Mine is so much less poignant and beautiful and spiritual. But my magic moment, I will give you the condensed version of the story that I just told on our May episode of our bonus podcast, A Quart of Molly and Madison. So if you want to hear more about this daring adventure, hop over there. But my magic moment is that my very best friend in the whole world is getting married, and he had his bachelor party last weekend, and it was genuinely the most fun that I have had in a really long time. I guess in the vein of community, I haven't been in a large group of women like that in a really long time. In my life, like most of my closest friends are men, gay men, but men.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't, like, all of my female friends live much farther away from me. And so I don't get the experience very often of just like being in a large group of women, like having fun.
Yeah.
And it was so silly because, like, obviously my very best friend in the world is a man, but he is a gay man marrying another man. There was one other guy on the trip other than the couple getting married.
Mm-hmm.
And he was great too. Much love to you, Jack. We went to high school together. But it was just like so fun and so like wholesome and silly. And my true magic moment is that the most Madison thing in the world happened, which is that I learned the bachelor party was in Eureka Springs, Arkansas, first of all.
Mm-hmm.
And we learned that the local taxi service in Eureka Springs, Arkansas is a fleet of 15 remodeled hearses.
Mm-hmm.
And the goth child that lives inside of me
Screaming
came out in full force, like bloomed in my heart when we called a cab because there were no Ubers that would come get us. And a hearse, 2 hearses pulled up in the driveway.
Mm-hmm.
And a man named Hugh played the harmonica the whole ride to town.
The Humonica.
The Humonica. And I got to ride in the back of a hearse and experience that with the like best, kindest, silliest woman and my best friend in the world and the love of his life. It was just like so wonderful and felt very full circle.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like me and this person grew up together.
Mm-hmm.
And so to be adults in like what felt like when I was growing up, like I would see girls on their bachelorette party in like their outfits and like having fun, and that felt so adult to me.
Mm-hmm.
And so to be in that position and to be like exploring a new place with someone that has been in my life for 15 years now, and we don't live nearby each other, and so it's, you know, we don't get the opportunity to do that very often.
Yeah.
It was just very wonderful and like filled my cup up in a way that was so lovely. And it was truly the strangest place I've ever been in my life in the best way. I looked at everybody before we left. Like it was our last day. And we were talking about like, oh, like, isn't this so fun? This is basically just like a rehearsal for the wedding because they're getting married at an all-inclusive resort in Mexico. And so everybody's like turning a little vacation out of it, you know, like where everyone's going to be there a couple days before and like a day or two after.
Yeah.
And so we're like, this is basically just like round 1. Like we all get to hang out again at this wedding.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked at them all and I was like, I feel like I'm going to get to Mexico and I'm going to be like running up to hug you guys. And you're going to look at me and be like, what are you talking about? Jeff's bachelor party was canceled. Like you could tell me this was a fever dream and I would believe you because like Hugh in the harmonica driving was like just one piece of what was so wild about it. It was so fun.
Yeah. That story will come out later this week, so stay tuned.
Yeah, you're gonna love it.
Join the Patreon now so you don't miss it.
Yeah. That's the unhinged story. I give you like the wholesome part, you know?
Yeah, the unhinged, unfiltered.
Yeah, unhinged, unfiltered. This is my like PR response of what my weekend was like. Okay, we're going to launch right into these questions. First up, how do you navigate stress as a witchy business owner?
Oof. I think I always tell my Reiki 3 business students that being a business owner is like the deepest healing journey you can go on. Like it forces you to crack open all of your scars and go, here, look, put some salt in them.
Mm-hmm.
Over and over and over again. And so I think the early stages of business are always the hardest. Like I kind of look back on the first few years of my business and I see them as like a test of the universe being like, prove that you're not going to give up before I give this to you. And so I think just like recognizing that the reason that it's really hard is because there's so much like shadow work that you have to do and are always actively doing. And also there's no rush on it. Like I think one of the things that I've imposed on my business over the last couple of years is a rule that nothing is urgent. I don't work for an ambulance. I don't work for a crisis line. I don't work for a retirement community. Like I have been in situations where things have been life or death. Like my decisions literally could lead to someone's like downfall of their life. And I don't do that anymore. Like there is no such thing as a Reiki emergency. There's no such thing as a podcast emergency. There's no such thing as a metaphysical store emergency, right? Like everything will be okay. And so I literally like when the other day, the best example of this is like one of my teachers, one of my employees was like, I'm going to be off for a couple hours, but if anything urgent comes up, just message me. And I was like, nothing is urgent. Like nothing is urgent. Turn your phone off. Like, unplug. You're fine. Jade wants to take a few days off. She's like, I might bring my laptop. I was like, do not. Absolutely don't.
Yeah.
Like, don't. Like, what are you doing? Nothing is urgent. So I think remembering that and also like building your toolbox of things that can regulate your nervous system in any different scenario. So like, you know, I love Reiki because that's what I teach. And that is the one that has helped me really get to the point where I feel like nothing is urgent and I can tackle anything. But like sometimes I reach for EFT. Sometimes I reach for, you know, going to a spa for the day. Sometimes I reach for breath work. Sometimes I reach for working with my crystals, right? Like having different tools in your toolbox. Sometimes it's going for a run, going outside, you know, unplugging, reading, journaling, just having an arsenal of tools that you can reach for. So when that stress does come up, you have ways to both bandage it in the moment, but also heal it long term.
Yeah, totally. I think the nothing is urgent mentality is really, really important for me, especially working in like a family business environment. I went through this really hard where it was like impacting my relationship with my mom because when things were stressful at work or like if my mom would text me at like 8 p.m., it would fill me with anxiety because I would think it was something work related. Or like my mom is just a person who like will say what's coming into her mind. And so sometimes like she would email me at like 2 o'clock in the morning because she had woken up in the middle of the night and had an idea when she went to pee, and she would just send me an email. And then at 7 a.m. when I'm like going to the bathroom because I just woke up and I'm looking at my emails, I'm like, oh my God, I have to answer this right away. Like I need to have an answer.
Yeah.
And just because the lines are just different when it's your family. Like you can say, oh, at work we're coworkers and at home we're family, but like it just isn't like how it works, you know? You can set boundaries for sure, but like energetically it's just always going to be different. And I was very much in like that, like it is urgent and I have to prove that I am like worth working with because I have to be like on top of it. I have to do it as soon as you ask, you know, like all of those things. I was very much treating it like I was an emergency worker. My saying is I'm not a heart surgeon. I always say I'm not a heart surgeon. You're not a heart surgeon. Nothing we do here is urgent. And so like no mistake, quote unquote mistake that someone might make is like an attack on your character or a, you know, like a career ending, a store ending mistake. Like nothing that you do short of like, you know, opening the doors and saying, come on in, everybody, take all the stuff.
Yeah.
Is really going to like devastate the business, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so I've had to practice a lot of detachment and a lot of, you know, even today, it's funny, I forgot to even tell you about this, but I'm pretty sure we're like getting review extorted at Hedgewitch.
What does that mean?
Like we got 3 back-to-back very strange negative 1-star reviews that make no sense. Like it's like instructions were unclear. And then another one 30 seconds later that was like super crowded, like had a terrible experience. And then a third one that was like something was confusing or whatever. And they had different names, but all of the profile pictures were contact, like WhatsApp number, whatever for contact.
What?
And so I saw it and was like, oh, clearly you want me to contact you to ask you to take the review down and you're going to ask me for something.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, 2 years ago, that would have really like fucked up my nervous system. And I called Drew and I was like, what do I think? What do we think I do about this? And he was like, I guess you just report it to Google. And I was like, yeah, I guess so. And so I did. And then I forgot about it until just now. Like the taking of it didn't even touch our Google rating. But even if it had taken it from a 4.9 to a 4.8 or a 4.8 to a 4.7, you look at those reviews. Like I know when a place has gotten a fake review.
Yeah.
You know, like when I see somebody's 1-star reviews.
Also, from a marketing perspective, a 4.8 is more trustworthy than a 5.
Mm-hmm. Whenever I look at a place that has 5 stars, I'm like, what did you do to get people I'll give you 5 stars.
Yeah, right.
But the first time we ever got a 1-star review, you would have thought it like I needed to perform emergency heart surgery. Like,
oh, I remember it. I remember talking you off the ledge.
Resolving that situation was like, I like didn't know what to do with myself. And so the mentality of like, hey, this isn't urgent, and really it's a huge practice in like everything is okay.
Yeah.
Because there is always something to do. And this is just being a business owner in general. There's always something that you could be doing. Mm-hmm. There's always something that could be improved. There's almost always going to be a question that somebody has. Mm-hmm. And I could be better with my boundaries in general. Like I think this wedding will be the first time that I will actually be like have an out of office email for the first time in like my career.
Wow.
But recognizing that it is always a work in progress. Mm-hmm. That toolbox is always going to need something new. It's always going to need to be fine-tuned. It's always going to have room for growth.
Yeah.
In the same way that you are always going to have room for growth. And recognizing that you don't have to have it all figured out. You don't have to be perfect. Like that you will be stressed and that's okay, I think has been big for me as well.
Yeah, boundaries are huge. I think for me, like hiring people really helped with the stress. Not just because I'm not doing it all by myself, but also because I have always wanted to be a boss that like walks my talk. Mm-hmm. And because I work, you know, like I help people with their nervous system resilience, like our nervous systems have to come first. And so I think of, okay, if I am working on my time off, then I'm role modeling that that's what my employees should be doing. Mm-hmm. And so instead, I'm very firm with my boundaries. I'm like, okay, I'm going to be out. I'm going to check in midway through the week, but otherwise nothing is urgent, right? Like send me an email. I will get to it when I get to it. And I just remember like Wednesday afternoon checking in with Jade and Michelle and being like, anyone need anything from me? And they were both like, we're good. And I was like, okay, bye. But it's like, because of that, now I can echo to Jade and be like, do not bring your laptop on vacation, like fully check out. And she's like, oh, okay. She knows I mean it. And so, yeah, I think like that has really helped me with my boundaries, is like recognizing what kind of experience I want my students to have. And then my employees have to model that in their own nervous system, which means I have to model that in mine. That has helped so much.
Mm-hmm. I can only imagine. Yeah.
Yeah. Next question. Witchy garden tips.
I am so excited. First of all, my mom is helping me get my backyard right.
Your mom is like the witchiest gardener.
It's so cool. My mom, so for those who don't know, my mom actually it's been like a year and a half. Wow.
Yeah, it's
time
been a while
flies
now.
when you're having fun. She
Truly.
moved out of the town where she had been living. Like she lived maybe 5 minutes from the store. She moved 45 minutes north, bought some land out in the middle of nowhere.
A lot.
Is now just like living her best farmer life. My stepdad built her like 15 raised garden beds, huge raised garden beds.
Huge.
She looks like a literal farmer.
She is a literal farmer.
She has donkeys and chickens and cows, and now she has bees. She's beekeeping.
Oh my God.
But what she's really been doing is she has been growing her own flowers.
Mm-hmm.
And watching her do that has been very inspiring. I feel like she is the ultimate hedge witch, the ultimate garden witch. Like, I think what I've learned from her is that putting her hands in the dirt is a spiritual experience.
Yeah.
When we go to the gem show, she got this huge thing of rose quartz to put in her garden for her bees.
Mm-hmm.
She's been making, I can't remember if it's copper. She's been making these sticks. I'll get Christy's garden tips from her as well. I'll have her.
Should we just have her on for
a garden witch episode? Honestly, probably.
If you want that, let us know.
We should do a Mother's Day episode with her again.
Okay, I'm in.
Anyways, she would love that.
I know.
She has been just spending time in her garden planting things. It started with just like whatever is in season right now, whatever is a good thing to grow right now. She's Googling, she's putting in her raised garden beds, and I'm watching her now be able to like choose what she plants based on her intention. But something else that she's done, the copper thing that I was telling you about. She has these sticks of copper and she puts clear quartz on the top of them and makes like a wire wrap to wrap it to the thing. I could be totally fucking up what this is. So I'll take a picture of it next time I see her and I'll post it. She sticks them in the ground in all of her raised garden beds to infuse the energy of the clear quartz into the soil and enrich the soil with the copper. So she's been doing a lot of stuff like that, but the flowers really bring such an element of joy. And so I think my biggest witchy garden tip is to plant things. Like, obviously, if you like, growing vegetables is also very rewarding, and like growing food that you will eat for sure. Like, do that thing, and that's really fun. And not to say that that's like boring gardening, but I think growing something that is purely for like the joy of having it and the beauty of its existence, there's something really spiritual about that. And then obviously, like, they make wonderful gifts, they make wonderful offerings, they, like the intention of those flowers, you can bring those into your practice, you can dry them, use the petals in your practice, crush them up, use them in candle magic, like all kinds of things. They have use obviously outside of being beautiful, but watching her do something that is so purely for the sake of her enjoyment has been really, really cool to see, because I don't think that's something that she really like let herself do very often when I was growing up.
I feel like that's witchcraft.
Oh, totally.
Like that's kind of my goal of being a witch, is to just like do things for the fucking fun of it. I have very little witchy gardening tips. I was a little witchy gardener a couple years ago, and then I just let my garden go to hell, and then I moved, and I have space for a garden, but I don't want to set it up. It's like a whole thing. So I might do some containers this year. I really love to grow mint, because I love fresh mint lemonade. So that's like the one that I miss. Like, that is the one of all the things that I grew. I was growing like flowers and vegetables and everything, but like the one that I miss the most is mint.
Yeah.
And I know mint is like hella easy to grow, so I might just make a pot of it this year. But for me, I really want to repot all of my houseplants this year. That's my goal for late spring. And I like to put either rose quartz or moss agate or citrine in the soil when I do. Rose quartz I find really helps if you have a plant that like, my plants just don't do well, I think, because I'm bad at taking care of plants. So rose quartz keeps them alive. Moss agate is great for growth, and citrine is great if you like plant an intention with the seeds or with the plant as you're like burying it. Bury that intention for it to grow. Add citrine and it will amplify.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
You should just fly my mom up. She'll just
really
get your beds right. All right. Next, fuck, marry, kill. I want to do an episode of just fuck, marry, kills.
Yeah, maybe our 200th episode.
Yeah. Oh, that would be fun. Okay, fuck, marry, kill, crystals, tarot, and candle magic.
Okay. I was thinking about this when someone asked this, and I think I would have said kill tarot until this past weekend.
Yeah.
So I'm going to marry crystals, fuck tarot, kill candle magic.
I think I have to marry candle magic, fuck tarot, kill crystals.
Yeah.
We should do like a fun mix of like both metaphysical and not.
Yeah. Puxatawny Phil, Resand, Zayden.
Yeah, never forget. DM us your fuck, marry, kills.
Yeah.
And we'll just start saving them.
Yeah. Okay. We had a bunch of questions that were just like personal questions. So we're going to rapid fire them. What is your favorite TV show right now?
I just finished Trust Me, This False Prophet. It's a documentary on Netflix about an evil, evil man who created an offshoot of the FLDS after Warren Jeffs was incarcerated. And I don't want to say anything else about it. It is probably the best documentary series I have seen ever.
What is FLDS?
The fundamentalist Mormons. They're the ones who participate in polygamy. I've been watching so much FLDS stuff lately. I find it so fascinating is not the right word, but like hearing from people who were a part of it and how like cults just are really interesting to me. I really appreciate hearing the perspective of people who have been a part of cults.
Yeah, I find cults fascinating.
This documentary series is so victim-centered.
Love that.
It's like truly one of the best pieces of media that I have ever consumed. It is so good. So good. What happens in it is evil and terrible and like trigger warning, all of the things. But it like the bad guy goes to prison, and that always makes me like, it makes it easier for me to watch and hear about those things.
Yeah.
Knowing that like the victims receive justice. It's like so incredibly well done. What about you?
On the polar opposite scale, I am 5 seasons deep into Parks and Rec for the first time.
I've never seen it either.
Oh, dude, it's the best to crochet too, because you don't really have to track with it, but it's entertaining enough that you can track with it. It's good. It's good. I'm happy with it.
I normally would say Buffy. I literally have not watched Buffy since Linda died because she died. This is so making it about me. And so I am gonna like just be aware that like I'm aware of, just know I'm self-aware in this moment.
Sure.
She died. Spoiler warning for Buffy the Vampire Slayer, but it's a show from the 90s. So whatever. Linda fucking died. And I was one episode before the episode where Buffy's mom dies.
Oh, yeah.
And so I haven't touched it since. And so it's my goal for this summer to get back into Buffy the Vampire Slayer because I'll be spending more time indoors because it's going to be 125 degrees outside.
Fair. Okay, next question. They asked what our favorite songs are right now, but I'm just going to open it up to like, what are you listening to right now?
I'm in such a fucking rut with music right now. Honestly, with anything audio, I've been feeling really burnt out on my podcast, really burnt out on my music. I am going to see Ethel Cain next week, so I've been really deep in her newest album again. Willoughby Tucker, I'll Always Love You. Anthony's husband and I are taking a solo road trip, just the two of us.
Okay, slay.
To Tallahassee, which is 4.5 hours away. Actually, on the day this episode comes out.
Okay, slay.
I will be driving up with Anthony's husband to go see Ethel Cain.
I love that.
But other than that, I've been like in a real slump.
I've been in the opposite of a slump. I have some great recommendations for you. First of all, just going to get it out of the way. MGK has a new song with Limp Bizkit. It's called Fix Your Face. It's really good. He disses Youngblood in it, which I fully support. I like Youngblood, but Youngblood did an interview with the Osbournes, and the Osbournes like basically said MGK stole his style, and Youngblood didn't defend him, even though MGK is like one of the reasons why Youngblood is like on the map. Like they were really good friends. So anyways, I'm going to put that out there. I will pay my penance for that. Also, I sent my book to MGK and Megan Fox recently, so that should have been my magic moment, and I forgot about it until this moment. I'm really into Addison Rae right now. I think she's camp. I think she's fun. I really like her. I'm also really into Hayley Williams.
Oh, yeah.
Good Old Days has been stuck in my head for like 4 days. And The Cab just came out with a new album for the first time in like a decade. It's called Chasing Crowns. It's very good. So between those three, Ego Death at a Bachelorette Party, Addison, and Chasing Crowns, that is what I've been listening to lately.
Noah Kahan also just came out with a new album, and I've listened to the first couple songs and they're really good. I'm very excited about that.
I love that.
And then last question, how do you take your coffee?
Straight through an IV drip. No, I am a pour over coffee girly with oat milk. If I'm out ordering, it's hot oat milk and usually vanilla or hazelnut swirl. And if not, I'll take 1 sugar. What about you?
Usually, so I go through real phases with coffee. Sometimes it just turns my fucking stomach. And I'm in one of those phases. So right now I take my coffee by having matcha.
Yeah. Okay.
But when I am in a place where I can have coffee, and I don't even really know what it is, like just one day I'll wake up. It's kind of like the egg ick. Where I'll go and I'll get a latte and I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna throw up. And I
can't relate
finish
to this.
It's so upsetting because I love it. But when I can't have it, I am getting whatever seasonal latte is on the menu. Almost exclusively. Wherever we go, it's like, what is your signature? What is your seasonal? What is like what's on your little rotating menu? I'm getting one of those things. Or I love just like a plain vanilla latte. I do get regular milk. And the coffee shop near me in the fall does a maple bourbon latte.
Ooh.
Oh, it is so fucking good. They did a Christmas in Florida latte this year that was like all the warming spices plus orange.
Okay, I need to change my answer because I thought we were just talking like coffee. I didn't realize lattes were an option.
Oh, the thing about me is that I don't really make coffee at home.
Okay.
And so if it's like making it at home, I'm probably having a Red Bull.
Okay, I'm also getting a latte hot with oat milk and usually either caramel, hazelnut, or vanilla. Usually it's hazelnut if they have a hazelnut syrup. Or I will supersede any of those options if there's peppermint mocha on the menu.
Yeah, wait, I'm dying at the fact that I kind of forgot that you could make coffee at home. Like, I really forgot that was an option. We have an espresso. It's Drew's. Like, he brought it into this relationship, and I think the pods are so expensive that I won't buy them.
Oh, my God.
And so for the last 3 years of our relationship, have been using the pods that he buys, so like using up all the ones that I like. Then he stopped buying the pods, and all the ones that are left in the drawer are ones that I don't like. I think they taste like ass.
I drink them. When I'm there, I drink them.
And so please, I'll send them home with you if you want.
I don't have one.
I hate them.
Which ones do you like?
I don't even know. He literally, he'll hand me the phone and be like, "What sounds good to you?" And I'll just like tap things.
My truth is I can't tell. Like when I look at an espresso pod, I'm like, I don't know what this means.
Me
like,
either.
Unless one says ice. Like sometimes they say ice.
Yeah.
I like can't figure it out. It stresses me out.
They stress me out too. And the machine stresses me out. When it doesn't work, it really stresses me out. But now I've been making matcha at home, and I think that like I think I will only ever buy a latte out ever again. Like,
yeah, I do love matcha. I did go through a big matcha morning phase because I love the ceremony of it. I find really grounding. And I did have the best matcha latte of my life in the Vancouver airport. I like literally dream of it. When I have an early flight, I will drink matcha instead of coffee because it's less likely to make me poop. Really, how many? I want someone to go through our entire podcast and tell me how many times do I talk about
oh god,
pooping.
Actually an astronomical, the limit does not exist amount. I can't believe that we don't have a 1-star review about it at this point. Like, of all the complaints, nobody has ever said Molly talks about shitting too much. And for that, I am grateful. That does mean we found our people, but I am astounded by it. Like people will come, and you know what? It's all the people who would be bitching about how the magic moment takes too long.
Mm-hmm.
And so they don't make it to the part where we talk about shitting.
Yeah, that's true. That is very true. But yeah, I do love matcha. I might make a matcha after this.
I'm probably going to make another one. But if we are talking, I do also love shitty diner coffee. Like if we are at just like and that's what Drew loves to do when we travel too, is like we do coffee shops, we do diners. That's like where we will always find ourselves in a new city. And in that case, I'm just using at least 4, maybe 2, probably at least 2, sometimes 3 to 4 of the little creamer packets.
Ugh.
And an insane amount of sugar.
When I travel, it's a brand called Joy, Joi, and they have oat milk packets.
Oh, that's fun.
And they're like powdered, and they have a hazelnut. I think they have a vanilla and they have a regular. But I bring the hazelnut ones every time I travel. I keep them in my bag, and I will get like shitty gas station coffee and I'll pour it in, or like hotel coffee, because they never have non-dairy options. Mm-hmm. And so it's nice. They like dissolve. They're like slightly sweet, but I think they have unsweetened ones if you don't like that. And those have been my ride or die for probably 4 years. Mm-hmm. Like ever since I discovered them, I was like, hell yeah. I have a pack of them in my purse right now.
Love.
Yeah, love them.
Anyways, right.
Did we do it?
I think we did it. Those were your questions.
Short, sweet, to the point.
We try our best, you know? That's not true. We've never once in our lives tried to be succinct. Slide into our DMs. Let us know what deities you'd like me to cover next. It'll probably be a little while. I'm sure we'll have some more silly, goofy, fun times, but I would love to make them a bit of an installment around here.
Hell yeah. And join the Patreon if you want more silly, goofy times.
Yeah, it's a big old fun time over there.
Okay. Love you. Bye. Thanks for listening to Demystify Magic with Molly and Madison. All our links, from spells to ceremonies to ways to support us, are waiting in the show notes.
We'd love to hear your magic moment of the week. Share it in a review, tag us on socials, or bring it to our Patreon clubhouse at demystifymagic.com.
And remember, you are the magic.
Okay, love you.
Bye.